عبده يحيي ويميت وبيده الخير وهو على كل شيء قدير. وأشهد أن محمد عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم أدى الأمانة وبلغ الرسالة ونصح الأمة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى ينطق إلى الرفيق الأعلى. ونشهد أن محمد عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعه في سير إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، يا عباد الله، يقول ربنا سبحانه وتعالى عز وجل في كتابه بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبعث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. وقال سبحانه أيضا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتون إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا عباد الله، الخطبة اليوم على يحاذر من الله سبحانه وتعالى، كما قال سبحانه وتعالى عز وجل ويحاذركم الله عن نفسه, that Allah Ta'ala says in the Quran that He warns us concerning Himself. Allah warns us concerning Himself. As Allah says, وَمَنْ خَافَ مَقَامَ رَبِّهِ وَنَهَى النَّفْسَ عَنِ الْهَوَى فَإِنَّ الْجَنَّةَ هِيَ الْمَأْوَى. For the one that fears the station of his Lord, Al-Ala, Al-Ula, the Most Al-Azam, the most immense Al-Akbar, the one who feared the station of Allah and forbid his soul of base desires from the Hawa, evil desire that proceed from us. We know the throne of Iblis is over our ear. All he have is was. But our Hawa, our desire, is over Iblis' throne. Jazakallah khair. Ya Ibadullah, Alhamdulillah, we just completed Shahr Mubarakah, Shahr Ramadan. But did you notice that during this time, you were still arguing, still cursing, still fighting, still committing sins? Iblis was locked up. And we always say, oh man, that's from Shaitan. No, it's from us, our own self. The Shaitan chained. What we saw was what we got. And if we don't be careful, we're going to get just what we deserve. Because Allah Ta'ala, Most High, He ain't playing. If we really and truly want to see ourselves, the sickness of our state, kayfa anta ma'Allah, how are we with Allah Ta'ala? When there's no one else but Allah watching, what do we do? What do we say among Allah Ta'ala? If we really want to know the sickness of our own selves or our state in the Allah, it's been said, لا تنظروا إلى أيوب نفسك إلى أيوب النفس. Correction. لا تنظروا إلى أيوب الناس. Do not look at the mistakes or defects of the people. تنظروا إلى أيوب نفسك. Look at your own mistake. If you really and truly want to become purified, we have to look at ourselves. Tazkiyah is fardul ayn ala kulli Muslim. The inner purity program is for every Muslim. You can't get away from it. From lying, from cheating, from deceiving, from hubbul jah, high rank, wanting to have high rank above people. Kibr, arrogance, and the khayru minhu, I'm better than him. Khalaqtani min an-nar, you made me from fire. Wa khalaqtu min teen, and he made from this low teen, which is actually, black sticky mud. From Turabu Masnoon. Black sticky mud. I ain't bowing down to that black man. You made from this mud. Shaitan was locked up in Ramadan. But we continue to have this sifatu madmuma in ourselves. We don't look outside of ourselves to find defects, to define what's wrong, to find the problem. It is the self, the nafs. Allah Ta'ala Most High says, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا. He will succeed the one who purifies it. What's it? The soul, the self, the heart, the tongue, the limbs. That he's on a journey. Min al-azab Allah. He's on a journey that is going to bring Allah's punishment to Rida Allah. On the journey to what Allah is pleased with. On the journey to what Allah Ta'ala loves. And Allah again says, well, yuhadirukum Allah and nafsi. Allah Ta'ala Most High, that He warned us concerning ourselves. Again in Ramadan. We just, alhamdulillah, we just finished. But we do not know what of our Ramadan was accepted in the Allah. We don't know if any of our Ramadans were accepted with Allah. But we still have to struggle and strive. We don't know of our sins. What Allah Ta'ala has forgiven. And Allah, يَعْذِبُ لِمَنْ يَشَاءُ وَيَغْفِرُ لِمَنْ يَشَاءُ. Allah punish whom He will. And He forgive whom He will. But we want to always be between the hope and fear of Allah. Always between hope that Allah Most High have answered our prayers. And He says, if you call on me, I will respond. I will answer you. And fear of Allah. Fear of His station. Fear of His punishment. Fear of His anger. Allah is not playing at all. No game. We look to this month of Ramadan and we see that in ourselves, that when the shaitan was locked up, that as Muslims, we are arguing with other Muslims that are trying to fast. That we leave places that we not even go to start argument. That we may start arguments with new Muslims. All of these things proceeded from the self, because in ourselves there is kibr wa iktirar. Sifat Iblis, Sifat Azazil, Iblis. These are the characteristics of Iblis, whose name is Harith, Azazil. Iblis, the one that was cut off. He was Iyas min Rahmatullah. He cut off from the mercy of Allah Ta'ala. Because he had kibr, arrogance. Because he had deceitfulness in himself. If we look to our brotherhood has been dismantled. There are foreign deens that are rising up under the banner of Al-Islam. In our time, not before, in our time. When we look at the Khawarij, those who preferred their knowledge over everyone else, so much so they made takfir on the Khalifa Ali, Karamallahu Wajah, and on Muawiyah, radiallahu ta'ala, they made takfir on them. They says, in their arrogance, that they had more knowledge. Ali, radiallahu anhu, during the conflict, he agreed to abduct, to give the position away of being Khalifa to allow peace. He allowed the Muslims to make a decision. The Khawarij, they say he's a kafir, because Allah says, "Inna al-hukmu illa lillah." There is no government, no legislation except that of Allah. So if you are not Amir al-Mu'mineen, you are Amir al-Kafirin. So Ali brought Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu unto the Khawarij. And Ibn Abbas said to them, what is it that you say? Say that he legislate, but he have no authority to make legislation. And Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu give the ayats that when you are at Hajj and that you kill the sayd, that the game, livestock and this, that there's judgment passed on you, you have to pay. When there is a conflict between a man and his wife, that they bring in arbitration and a judgment is passed concerning this. So he proved that there is judgment in Islam that's within the hukum of Allah. So the majority of the Khawarij recanted from this. Say, what else is that you say? That either you are Amir al-Kafirin, Amir al-Mu'mineen, or Amir al-Kafirin. Because he gave away the position of Khalifa to allow the Muslims to have, for peace, to allow the Muslims to choose.